So you've decided to explore the Dalmatian coast. Great call. And no, it's not about dogs. The Dalmatian coast is basically Croatia's greatest hits album, but without the filler tracks. Think ancient towns, turquoise waters, Roman ruins, and beach bars that party like festivals. All you need is a sense of adventure, some SPF 50, and this guide. Let's dive in. First up, where is the Dalmatian coast exactly? Great question. Picture Croatia as a funky crescent hugging the Adriatic Sea. Now, zoom into the southern half. That's where the Dalmatian coast begins. It stretches from Zadar down past Split and all the way to Dubrovnik, with dozens of islands scattered offshore like someone spilled their gelato across the map. This isn't just any coastline. It's a place where you can swim in crystal-clear waters by day and stroll through Roman ruins at sunset. One moment you're kayaking around cliffs, the next you're sipping rakica under 15th century bell towers. It's that kind of vibe. Now, let's break down the major hubs you shouldn't skip, and a few secrets locals probably hope you do. 1. Split, the urban playground of the coast. Start with Split. It's Croatia's second largest city, but first in terms of blending ancient and modern. At the heart of it is Diocletian's palace, an actual Roman emperor's retirement home turned into a living, breathing city. Today, it's packed with shops, bars, locals, and cats. If your Airbnb says, "Inside the palace," don't be alarmed. That's a good thing. Split also makes a great launchpad for exploring nearby islands, and the nightlife here. Let's just say if you go out for one drink, bring your sunglasses. You won't be home until dawn. 2. Hvar, the glitzy island with a wild side. Just a short ferry away is Hvar, the island where beach clubs, lavender fields, and 16th century fortresses coexist like a stylish Instagram carousel. By day, you'll wander cobbled alleys and swim in secluded coves. By night, you'll pretend you're not starstruck when a DJ set suddenly appears in the middle of a medieval square. Hvar isn't just about the party, though. If you head inland, you'll find sleepy villages, olive groves, and wine tasting that doesn't cost your dignity or your wallet. Three. Dubrovnik, the showstopper that knows it. Dubrovnik. If this city had a mirror, it'd be checking itself out 24/7. And rightly so, it's absolutely stunning. Walled in stone and wrapped in sea, Dubrovnik is best known as King's Landing from Game of Thrones, but it's got way more layers than just dragons and drama. Walk the walls, eat some black risotto, and take the cable car up to Mount Surge for a view that will slap the phone out of your hand and demand you enjoy the moment. But wait, don't stop at the headlines. The real magic of the Dalmatian coast lies in the islands and villages that don't always make the brochures. 4. Vis, the untouched gem. If Hvar is the popular kid at school, Vis is the mysterious one who never shows up to class but always aces the test. This island was closed to foreigners until the 1990s due to its military history, which means it's beautifully underdeveloped, wonderfully chill, and criminally underrated. Rent a scooter and head to Stiniva Beach, a tiny cove hugged by towering cliffs that you'll reach after a short hike or boat ride if you're feeling lazy fabulous. 5. Korčula, the baby Dubrovnik. Korčula is like Dubrovnik's younger, more relaxed cousin. It's quieter, cozier, and allegedly the birthplace of Marco Polo, although Venice might want a word about that. The old town here is compact, charming, and surprisingly romantic. Think of it as Dubrovnik's charm without the crowds or the cruise ships. 6. Shibanik, the underdog you'll fall for. Shibanik may not be a household name, but it's got 2 UNESCO sites, fewer tourists, and a vibe that's authentically Croatian. Plus, it's the gateway to Krka National Park, home of those dreamy waterfalls you've definitely seen on Pinterest. And speaking of hidden gems, if you love beaches, check out our video on 10 undiscovered coasts in Turkey, if you want to unwind in total peace. Some of the spots on that list are so serene, you'll wonder if Google Maps forgot about them on purpose. But for now, let's get back to Croatia's coastline royalty. 7. Trogir, the tiny island town with big personality. Trogir is like a perfectly preserved museum, except you can order gelato and nobody yells at you for touching the walls. It's a compact island town connected to the mainland by a short bridge and surrounded by marinas, Renaissance buildings, and salty sea breeze. It's the kind of place you'll stumble into thinking you'll spend an hour. And then 3 hours later, you're having wine with a local grandma while she teaches you how to pronounce pashtakada. 8. Brač, the quiet achiever with Croatia's most iconic beach. Let's talk Zlatni Rat, a narrow spit of beach that juts into the sea like nature's own fashion statement. You've seen it in every Croatia promo, and yes, it really is that cool in person. Brač is a bit quieter than Hvar, making it ideal for travelers who want postcard views with fewer parties and more peace. Don't miss Vidova Gora, the island's highest peak, for a panoramic view that basically screams, new phone wallpaper. What to eat along the way. Now, let's not pretend you came just for the architecture. Croatian cuisine on the Dalmatian coast is pure Adriatic bliss. Think grilled fish straight from the boat, black risotto made with cuttlefish ink, octopus salad, olive oil that tastes like bottled sunshine, and locally produced wine you've never heard of, but will remember forever. Pro tip: always say yes to the house wine. It's made locally, it's affordable, and it's never failed anyone in the history of coastal drinking. How to get around like a pro. Ferries are your best friend here. Zadar is the national ferry line and runs like clockwork most of the time. For island hopping, high-speed catamarans will zip you between hubs like Split, Hvar, Vis, and Korčula. On land, renting a scooter or car is a solid move, especially on the islands. Just be ready for narrow roads, sharp curves, and occasional goats who believe they have the right of way. And honestly, they do. When's the best time to go? Summer is peak season, obviously. And with it comes hot weather, lively nightlife, and yes, the crowds. July and August are the busiest, but also the most vibrant. If you prefer things a little quieter, late May, June, or September are your golden tickets. Warm sea, open restaurants, and space to breathe. Winter? It's magical in its own way, but many coastal towns go into hibernation. If you like moody stone streets and sleepy cafes, it could be your thing. Just bring a jacket and realistic expectations. Where to stay? In Split and Dubrovnik, you'll find a range of options from boutique hotels in the old town to modern apartments outside the walls. On the islands, consider staying in family-run guest houses or old stone villas with sea views and sleepy cats on the doorstep. And if you're really craving something offbeat, try a Robinson-style stay. A rustic, off-grid escape usually only accessible by boat or long dirt road. No Wi-Fi, no noise, just you, the sea, and possibly the most unbothered nap of your life. A few final tips for first-timers. Don't exchange money at airports. ATMs in town usually have better rates. Learn a few phrases like hvala, thank you, and dobar dan, good day. Locals appreciate the effort. Wear good shoes. These towns are made of ancient stone. Your flip-flops will cry. And yes, tipping is appreciated. Rounding up or leaving 10% is a nice gesture. So, is the Dalmatian coast worth the hype? Absolutely. It's where history meets hedonism, where sun-soaked islands whisper ancient secrets, and where even the dogs look like they're on vacation. Whether you're here for the Roman ruins, the Rockija, or just that Adriatic glow-up, you're in for a trip that'll ruin beaches for you forever, in the best way possible. Now, if you're ready to start plotting ferry schedules and daydreaming about lavender fields, do yourself a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, And drop us a comment with the first Dalmatian town you're adding to your bucket list. See you on the coast!